Welcome. I am Alicia Johnson and I am your host. Welcome to the Alicia Johnson YouTube channel. I am so excited to be here. I am so excited to be able to offer this work that we do here. And for those of you who are just crossing our paths, who are just kind of getting to know us, I am the creator of a community that is called the 1212 community. And in that community, we learn how to recalibrate our lives 12 hours for God and 12 hours for man. And one of the tools that we use in this recalibration process is a journal. We journal through the work. And so this 30-day process that you have stumbled upon, if you will, is journaling for forgiveness. So we are now at day 15 of this work. And if you have been following or catching the replays, I had mentioned maybe a couple days ago. That's one thing that you'll learn about me as we do this work. I am really go with the flow. Okay. So I consider myself spirit led. So just bear with me. Hang on. I make up things as we go along. But normally, if I am following heaven, everything works out. Okay. So tonight is one of those nights. So a couple of nights ago, in looking ahead into what we will be journaling about, today is day 15, and this is a day of reflection. And because this is a day of reflection, what better day than to have some guests with me who have done this journaling work multiple times, just like I have, and they're going to give you their perspective and some of their interesting stories. Now, I am excited because I know both of these ladies personally, if you will, just over the course of time and doing the work together. So I know that they are true and legit and understand the power of forgiveness so from some very deep levels. And in this work, we always talk about seeing things from a higher perspective. And I always like for people to hear things, not just from me, just from people that are doing the work, so that you can solidify your understanding that God is not a respecter of persons. If you do the work, heaven will show up for you as well. So today, just to dive right in, because I want to maximize our time together with these ladies, and I promise you, I'm going to act right, because when we're together, a lot of times we get real silly and stuff like that. But I'm going to try to compose myself. It would be more me than them, okay? They are very professional and very polished. It would be me, so I'm going to try to to contain myself, but we are in for a good time tonight. Forgiveness is a very heavy topic for a lot of people, but we are here to make it fun. We are here to help people to enjoy the process. You've got to go through it, so you might as well find the joy along the way. And so today we're at day 15. So for those of you who are just joining us, you can feel free to catch the previous recordings. And if you are keeping up with us and you have been following right along, we are now at day 15, which is a day of reflection. And the assignment tonight is to reread your dedication so that you will remain pinpoint accurate in your journaling focus. Slow it down today and reread your journal. Why? There is power in reflection. Benefit. Taking time to reflect allows you the opportunity to slow down enough to actually hear what heaven needs to say. Day 15, a day of reflection. All right. So, with that being said, I am going to bring in. We got this little fancy dancy little system here. I know Restream is probably familiar. A lot of people are familiar with this. This is all new to me, so I'm like a kid with a new toy. So I am very excited because we have Christine Canino and Leslie Montgomery waiting in the wings. Okay, and so I am going to bring them up in a moment, and I'm not going to botch their introduction. introduction. So I'm going to allow each of them to introduce themselves because I may tell too much. I don't know how much they want to share with y'all. So I'm going to allow, allow them to do their own introductions. So, with that being said, I am bringing in, there's Leslie. Do y'all see Leslie? And here is Christine. I am so grateful that you ladies have decided to join us. When I put out the call, forgiveness, I am very proud of you two ladies because forgiveness is a heavy topic, okay? And a lot of people are like, I'll do another challenge, but I ain't gonna go in there and do who's watching? Who's watching this? I don't know who's watching. This ain't Zoom, this is YouTube. So I know that you two ladies are very solid in your forgiveness work. So if you can just share, just introduce yourselves and let me do a brief introduction for y'all, okay? Because I want to do my introduction. Now I'm gonna let y'all do your
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Christine Canino. We'll go with Christine first. Christine is like I call like the people that are in community and that are in the community with us. She's like an OJ or she's like an original journaler with our community. Christine has been with us since 2015.
15,
Yes,
2015.
2015, and we are now at 2022. Christine is the ultimate like intercessor. And that is how she has been that since day one, since I've met her. And she is a powerhouse. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. But the most interesting thing about Christine is that Christine is very committed to the word of God. Christine is very committed to following what it is that God has for her. And when I met Christine, Christine was very, she's like, I need to know more about this work. I need to understand exactly where you're coming from. I need to understand. And I love that because Christine will ask questions until she gets the answers. Christine scared me in the beginning because I was like, oh my Lord, do I have answers for this? Oh my goodness. And we are here at 2022, and Christine is here with us. She is like, oh gosh, I can't even, she has brought so much insight. She has brought so much, how can I put it? Um, wisdom. She has brought so much consistency. And most of all, we have all grown so much together. And I have witnessed Christine's growth, and I pray that you've witnessed my growth over the course of time.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So with that being said, Christine just has my heart. I mean, I know that there is no way I can veer off track with people like Christine in my corner because she will reel me in real quick. Can you tell me exactly where you got that from? Can you tell me? So I love that. I love you, Christine. Thank you for being who you are. Leslie Montgomery. Oh my, she about that big, y'all. She's about that big. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. Leslie is a powerhouse. I met Leslie, what's about 2 years ago now?
About two, almost
Two,
three.
three,
About three.
almost three,
Yeah.
huh? It's
Yeah.
about 3 years
Uh-huh.
ago, right?
Yeah.
And so Leslie is a prayer warrior. She actually leads our daily prayer work. She actually is like the curator of that. We do prayer on our wall 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. every day. Leslie just really like impressed my heart with her heart for people, with her heart for change. And in learning more about her story, in learning more about the things that she has overcome, in learning more about those things, and to know I mean, you cannot be in a room with Leslie and not laugh. But once I started to know more about her, I know that that is the God in her because based on everything that she has been through and her when she tells her story, the fact that she can tell her story and smile and laugh through it is an inspiration to everyone who crosses her path. So if you have the opportunity to connect with Leslie in any capacity, then know that you will have a good time, but you will also be definitely in the presence of God. So I am so excited to have you both here. So that's my little introduction for what you both mean to me. But Christine, tell us a little more about yourself.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you, Alicia, for having me on this evening. Yes, I've been with Alicia and Always Journal since 2015, so going on 7 years. And I've definitely experienced a huge amount of growth over that time. And I've had some major bumps in the road, and I appreciate Alicia and the 1212 community and how they've kind of helped me through those things. So that's been very interesting. I've gone through definitely some major changes in life and have had my forgiveness tested. And I've had the opportunity to work in some of the different forgiveness challenges that we've had and do some teachings when we did prayer, 24-hour prayer, and things like that. So I'm really grateful for all these opportunities, and I'm excited to be here this evening and share with you all.
Yay, I'm so happy to have you. Thank you, Christine. And Leslie, yes, ma'am.
So, Alicia, I thought it was going to be at least maybe 10 of us up here, and I wasn't going to have to say. I come on, and it's only me and Christine.
Got him.
y'all know better. And Miss Hawkins, you should have been right up here with us. So it's an honor. You could have kept talking. By the time you finished talking about us, it would have been over. So we wouldn't have to say. As I sit here and I think about, I was thinking about how when AJ 365 started out with the prayer, come on and watch. I was like, y'all got that. And I just kept saying, y'all got that. And Renee was on. And I was like, Renee, are you really doing that? She like, I don't know. But eventually I got kind of how I end up really getting into doing the prayers. It was like I made it something, and then I'm still here. But it has been a joy and a pleasure just doing the prayer part. But seeing my life change happen in my life, and how you have brought reality to my life, the way I do things and the way I shouldn't do things. So the adoration, because it is completely changing my life, and it's been you for every 5 a.m. that you get up, even when you don't feel like it, but you still get on with us. And then, we learn how to a more abundant life. And the word tells us that for us to live in the land of the living, that we have life, and that reality to come to being. You can go through and life and wonder, or say, is there more to life, or anything like that, but to able to, for it to be tangible. I think that that's a blessing.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, ladies. So we are now at 8:14, and I want to make sure that we maximize our time together. And so we're just going to hit the ground running. We're going to hit the ground running. So this forgiveness work for me has been a big deal. And in going through the forgiveness work, I know that I had to go through the forgiveness work first before I even started to guide other people through the forgiveness work. But now that I'm pretty sure I've done this challenge collectively and individually at least 20 some plus times. And with each time, something new always surfaces. So Forgiveness
Yeah.
is not something that you can check off and say, "Oh, I've done forgiveness and I'm over it." But my question is that very first pass at forgiveness, at true forgiveness, not just saying, "Oh, I forgive you," but you still hang on to it. When you really delve into forgiveness like a dog with a bone, and you're like, "God, I'm not gonna stop." Like the angel, it's like wrestling with the angel. Like I might end up like maimed or something, but I'm gonna walk out of here with forgiveness. So, Christine, what was your first experience with true forgiveness?
Well, forgiveness work is something that I had actually done before I met Alicia. So I did have some experience with doing forgiveness work, but the way that Alicia approaches it opened up some new areas that I didn't know I needed to forgive. So that first time through was very intense. There was a lot of revelation from God, and from listening to Alicia triggered various things in my past that needed forgiveness. And it was very enlightening and intense and a lot of hard work, but worth every minute.
And we're gonna come back to that triggering thing in a minute. So, Leslie, what was your first real pass? Like when you like, I have to, whatever the situation is, I have to gain forgiveness. Like I have to understand the power of forgiveness.
Well, um, as the church I came from, we had a class that we taught, so we had to take training. Like she said, I was already doing forgiveness, but not to this perspective of it, or should I say, not to this point where you really dive in people's lives. And I would say that the first thing I had to do was um, a situation that I had with some church people. From the situation, I had received high blood pressure, and it was, yeah, the stress of it. So when I began to my third time, but do forgiveness with you, I realized that I had to, sometimes we say we forgive and we do, but we don't release it. The class, you taught me how to release it. Not saying I didn't know, but it's one thing when you're teaching somebody else, but it's another thing when you have to take yourself through the process to release something. So I think that was my first thing. I had to learn how to release it because it was free once I began to release it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've people lately, and even though I still have some work to do, there is a change, and God is working. So yeah, I would
Mm-hmm.
say that church hurt is
That's
can be
real.
devastating, and it
I love
almost did take me out. Mhm.
And I can't wait. I don't know if I can reveal this later, but y'all just follow Leslie, okay? She just follow Leslie, and we'll be having, Leslie on later to kind of work to reveal her work and what she'll be doing to help other people um to do just that, to release the church hurt, to release all of those things that are holding you back. So she is well equipped because she is doing this forgiveness work. So y'all will be in good hands. So one of the things that you said, Christine, was the triggers. So for me, I think that that's one of the humbling parts of this work that I do with people is that I've had to learn to detach in a sense from people's emotions because I have the emails and the text messages to prove it. People get mad doing some forgiveness work. I trick I be triggering people left and right, but it's part of the work. And so I don't take it personal. Like in the beginning, I used to take it personally because I was like, well, why are they mad with me? And God was like, they're not mad at you. You're just the vessel. Like you're the target. They see you. know that you're the one that is forcing them, air quotes, to dig deeper. So I look like I'm the enemy, but I'm really not. So Christine, what were some of the things that triggered you, and how did you deal with those triggers? I'm sure you don't handle all triggers the same way, but just kind of give people an example and let people know that triggers are expected, like, it's part of the process. So if you can
Yeah.
share that.
Yeah. And you definitely want to, I mean, you want those things that you've been holding on for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years to be revealed to you. So one really excellent example, and one thing that I learned is, even if I felt like I couldn't forgive what happened. So one example is, when I was a teenager, I worked at a 31 Flavors scooping ice cream. One day, a gentleman walked in and he asked for change. Well, guess what? He conned me. He conned me
Oh,
out of $20 with some kind of a thing where you flip the bills, and I don't know
right.
what he did to me. Oh, thank God I said stop, or he would have got more. And of course, my boss was very angry when she came in and she docked my pay. And that was the day that I began to not trust humanity anymore.
Oh,
Like, I was
yeah.
just this sweet, innocent teenager, and all that was quote unquote ruined. So
Mhm.
I was very angry about that and held on to that. And I was like, I can't forgive this person. He affected my whole entire life, and I can't forgive him, and on and on. But I kept on working on it. I kept on praying about it. And God, he fixed it in such an amazing way I never would have imagined. So here we are. I'm 58. Okay. So I was 17 or 18.
So
So a
you were
long
hanging on to
time
that
ago.
all that time.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure. Yes. Because he changed my
A flim
mindset.
flammer, a flim flammer just messed up
He
your.
like really he like really did me in some ways. So anyways, what happened one day is this happened while I was doing the forgiveness work. My check engine light went on, and I thought, oh no, my check engine light, that's really bad. And it was a Saturday night. So the next morning was Sunday, and I needed to go to work on Monday. So I took my car to an oil change place. Okay, an oil change place, you guys, because nothing else is open.
Mhm.
And the guy's like, "Oh, you have an oil leak. And that's why your check engine light came on." I said, "Really?" So he put oil in my car. He fixed the leak, like tightened some things up or whatever. And I said, "How much do I owe you?" And he said, "Nothing." Nothing. So that act of kindness, that
Restored your faith in
yes,
humanity.
it did. And it's just so, so interesting. So even if you've come across something that you're like, I can't forgive this, just keep on working on it and keep on praying about it and ask God to help you, and watch the amazing things he will do. And this happened to me a few times. So God is really good, and he's ready to help us, and definitely keep on going.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love that story because that's a true demonstration that heaven uses everything. And it doesn't make sense because heaven doesn't necessarily heal you in the same way that you were hurt.
Right.
So that flim flammer took something from you, but it was something that someone helped you with in your time of need that helped you to see something different. So heaven allows, and this is why I constantly teach that things are no longer good nor bad. Because if you had looked at that oil change or that situation to check, oh, that's bad. No, that wasn't bad. That was actually very good. But when we look at scenarios at face value, we misread all of heaven's signs all the time. So I think that was really good. Thank you for sharing that. That's good. All right, Leslie, what about you? So have you been triggered, or has anything triggered you as it relates to this work?
Um, I was thinking, well, I wanted to talk about the money aspect of it.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Whatever. Yeah.
You know, we really been dealing with that part. And asking a question, I was like, I don't know what made me change. change, from God to not trusting God.
Mm-mm.
And one of the things that I noticed, didn't notice, he began to tell me, was that I allowed, when I say situations, because I was living that way, and I kind of stepped back from doing it because I was like, maybe I'm doing this wrong. Maybe I'm doing something, instead of just trusting, switch from that, and started
Are you hold on?
trying to.
Are you using a separate microphone, or is it kind of is she in and out, or is it just me?
I'm in
You're a
and
little
out.
Yeah, a little bit. Do you have like are you using your microphone from your computer
Yeah,
or
yeah. I
from the
don't.
computer? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's just kind of a little in we can understand you, but it's not as clear. But go ahead. No, I can we can
Maybe
definitely
because I'm
understand.
not still. Maybe I need glitchy.
Yeah, just keep going.
Um.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
Okay. Okay. When he began to show me how I stopped trusting and started trying to do things the way that I saw people doing it, and remember, you talk about that. You talk about doing things the way the world does it, and then tells you to do it. So that I had to begin to repent. I took it upon myself to do it the way that I wanted to do it. A lot of things. It hindered the move of God. It hindered my, walking in the abundance, walking in the provision, because I, change and do it the way I thought everybody else was doing it, because that's the way they would do it. So I had to begin with the money factor,
Mhm.
and that's really a money factor thing. I had to forgive myself, and I had to ask God to not trust in Him and trying to depend in myself to make things happen. I got many stories. You already know that, but right now the surface line is the money thing that
Mhm.
I gotta do forgiveness work on and try to get it right again, or better with God. So that's
I
where
love it.
mine is, just working in that money area.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Leslie. And I know Mike and Cynthia are like, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. But I mean, it's Friday night. And if anybody else wants to hop on, Cynthia, you can send them the link. I think that's how we can do this. If anybody else wants to join us, you can send them the link and you can join us on the platform because I just kind of want to keep this dialogue going just for a little bit, just so that
Can we do a
people
shout
can.
out? You got Phyllis, you got Nidra,
Uh-oh, she calling
you got
people out. She
somebody
reading
need
the
to be
list. I see she's like,
raising
I
their
see
hand.
all of y'all. She gonna call y'all out. That's her. That's Leslie calling. I'm not doing that because I don't want y'all. Y'all send those text messages and emails to Leslie, not me. Don't call me out like that. I had my bonnet on. I was in
Right,
the
right.
bed. I'm just,
My robe was on. I got my hair wrapped up.
but one of the things that was very interesting for me as it related to forgiveness, and some of you may feel the same way. I had to forgive God. I was angry with God. And when I had my breakdown in 2014, like that was the end, like that was the complete shift for my life. But what happened with that breakdown in 2014 was that God revealed to me that I was angry. I was angry with God because it
Wow.
looked like everything that I was praying for. You see, I had been praying for my marriage. I had been praying for my son. I had been praying for all these things. And God had, like that radical obedience piece. So God was like, do this. I did that. God says, do this. I did that. I do, and then I'm thinking, am I crazy? Was that really God telling me to do these things? I don't even know. Was it me? Was it God? So I'm questioning my entire existence. And that one night I just had it, I was done. I was just like, what's the point of all of this? I felt like a literal puppet on a string. Like, God was like, do this, do this. I was like, am I here for your amusement? Is this just a joke to you? And that's when I was like, I want out. I don't even want to be here anymore. If this is the game that we playing, I don't even want to do this anymore. And that was the night that I realized that God is real, y'all, and life is precious. Okay. God is real, life is precious, and we do need these earth suits as long as God will allow us to have them. Because let me be the first one to tell you, if nobody has told you, the work does not stop. The work does not stop. We have the privilege of doing the work in the physical form, but even if you're not in physical form, you still have work to do. And so God showed me that, and I made that. I was like, God, if you get me up out of here in my right mind, you ain't got to worry about Alicia Johnson no more. And what happened is that I never forget that night, because I had a hand of pills, a whole hand of pills. And in my spirit, God was like, you really don't have to do this, but you know how your ego and everything, I'm just out. Da, da, da. And God said, well, take this. And God had me literally take 2 of these pills out of my hand. God said, well, if you got to take them, take these. Take these and no more. Okay. And what I realized after that is that those 2 or 3 extra that God had me take out, those would have taken me to another place, because I was able to recover and to recover fully. There are people that have done that and that have had to. This one lady, I read her story, and she had to learn to walk again. She had to learn to talk again. She had to learn to do all of the. I was so humbled after that. God was like, if you got to do it. And see, that's the thing about free will. Heaven will just walk with you up until the point where you just say, I got to do it my way. But God was like, just listen to this one little thing. Just this, not these. Just put these to the side. And I did all of that because I was angry with God. I did all of that because it did not look like heaven was answering my prayers. And what I realized after that was in May of 2014. I'll never forget, that was May 2014, Mother's Day weekend. How selfish is that? To leave my children with a memory that horrific on Mother's Day weekend. How crazy. But when you are hurting that bad, and when you are in that state, you're not thinking about any of that. And God showed me that happened in May of 2014. My marriage was literally healed in November of 2014. November 4th, 2014 at 8:41 a.m. to be exact. You see, this is why I am so adamant about people not quitting. And the wonderful and I guess the best part and the saddest part is that heaven is not going to show you what you missed. So I never would have known that November would have been the date, because it would have taken off in another direction. So this is why I am so adamant about, if God has told you something, just stick with it until you see what the end is going to be. Not your end, not your perceived end, but allow heaven to do what needs to be done. I know personally, Christine knows that more than anybody, just based on her story, because I know her story. But if you can speak, not you don't have to share the story, but just to speak to the fact of not quitting or just following what it is that heaven needs you to do so that you can have complete closure or complete understanding that heaven's process is much better than ours.
Yes, definitely. I would fathom that everyone has instances in their life where they're angry with God. It's not uncommon, it happens. And there are some things that don't make sense that happen in our life. And sometimes you have revelation later as to why that happened. And sometimes it may be a long time, or maybe you never really know
Right.
why that happened until you go on to the next life. And
Mhm.
those are very challenging times to go through, and um, they're very difficult. And
Mhm.
definitely, sometimes God pushes us to the edge, makes us stronger. I
Yeah.
mean,
But
I mean, yeah, it's
you
kind of a
don't
long.
realize you
It's,
don't realize how strong you are until you get through it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a long story, which I won't go into, but yeah,
Mhm.
I drove a truck, a 20-foot truck up a mountain. So when I am feeling like a failure or feeling like I can't do something, I remind myself that I drove a truck up a mountain.
A huge truck.
A big truck, a
It
big
was a
moving truck.
it was a big truck.
And down the mountain too.
I remember that. I remember that day. I remember that. And that is one of the things that I am very excited about is that Leslie and Christine are just examples that heaven is not a respecter of persons. Not a respecter of persons. So, Leslie, when you think about forgiveness, like how how can I put it? How important is forgiveness to you? Like where do you rank it on your list of priorities and things to do?
IV in your arm so that you
Oh,
can
that's
survive.
good. That's good.
It's at the top of the list. We can say and do all the things, but if we have no forgiveness, not only do people want to commit suicide, but deteriorate. Your mind begins to break down, and all these things. Heart. That's why the Father always talks about the heart, because our heart unforgiveness. It cannot take unforgiveness, and because they don't realize it, and they have heart issues, and they have these different things, be not forgiven. They refuse to let it go, and because of that, we break down. It's caused your family, even in the family, to have breakdown. Broke down. You can't. Your family's not healed. Your relationship is not, because if you're not healed, you can't bring healed to somebody else. Be in your arm when you get
Mm,
you don't have enough to drink a hospital, and they say that you have to get an IV because you don't have enough fluids in you. Blood is part of your blood system. It's part
mm,
of that keeps you flowing, that keeps you going. At it, it's
mhm,
like number one on the top of the list. I don't care how much Bible you, how much I don't care how much praying you do. If
mhm.
you do not have forgiveness, pretty much in vain. I hope nobody gets mad at it, but it's in vain, because went to the cross on our behalf, because of. And just real quick, to when you were talking about taking pills, that I would never do was take pills, because my mother always tried to kill herself. Something that I
Oh,
wouldn't do. But the thing of it is, and this is the part that I always understand. If you don't kill yourself, those type of things that you can't walk, we don't think about what happens, the if not, what happens. And it's very important, and that's what in life through. You know, when you said you gave up, that was a good point, because but there's people that give up and they end it because they can't see past where they are, and that's what makes us want to commit. Us want to live in a state of just existing, because we can't see past where we are. So forgiveness is a very vital part to it.
Hey man, I like that. It's like it's an IV. It's an IV. You
Yeah.
gotta have that thing. Well, we had thank you, Leslie. Thank you. Oh Lord, now the whole dynamic of the group is about to change. We have Miss Pasha
God.
Cook. Oh, she's going by Posh tonight. We got Posh on I call her Posher, but we have
Yes, she's Pasha.
we have,
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my
but
God.
I am so
Hey,
excited about
Christine.
now,
Hi.
Posh. I gotta do everybody's introduction. Then I'll let you do your own introduction. But I gotta do my introduction first, okay? So my introduction, Posh was supposed to do one challenge. One challenge. She was signed up for one challenge in what 2015? 2015, 2016. Okay, 2016. She was supposed to do one challenge. And it was supposed to last for 30 days. She's still here, y'all. She's still here. That's all I gotta say. That's her. That's my introduction.
That's
But
all I
Posh,
get.
so thank you for joining us as it relates to this forgiveness work. And all jokes aside, Posh has done this work. I mean, she has done multiple times. Everybody on here has done this work multiple times, and it has been under how can I put it? It has been a very, how can I put it, revealing process. It has been a very humbling process, but just to witness everyone's growth is absolutely amazing. So if you can share your journey and what forgiveness means to you, and just kind of give us a brief overview and your intro. Introduce yourself, Posh. Not
Allow
that you
me
need to
to
add anything to what
reintroduce.
I said. That's all.
Wait a minute. You cutting into my. I gotta
Okay.
start over. Okay. Y'all hear me? I'm clear. Am I clear? Am I breaking up?
No, you're clear. You're clear.
All right. That is lovely. Okay. Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Posh. Yeah. Look, we're gonna have a good time because Lord, my life was too serious and too much of a struggle to not like enjoy it at this point. Like, and a lot of times people didn't see this part of me because it was only reserved for those that were very close to me, because the vulnerability made me feel unsafe. Uh, but truth be told, yeah, I was supposed to be here a month. She got me, like, she got me,
Got her.
and now I'm here, and it's changed my life. So forgiveness, um, with my forgiveness piece started with my mother, like someone that close. And what I know now is like the bigger the pain, the bigger the struggle, the bigger the assignment God has for your life. So it's going to come with a lot of things that you must grow through. Amen. And so with my mom, I mean, it was at one point that I just, I didn't care. I didn't care whether she was here or not, or it was so much pain there that I didn't understand. But the forgiveness work, the way that I understand it now, is that releasing and just being able to be compassionate. And the only way for me to get there was to have it with myself, to know that I was worthy of healing, to know that I was worthy of more. Now is that releasing and just being able to be compassionate. And the only way. Clear?
Oh, hold on one second. I'm not sure how many people. Hold on one second. There we go.
Hey, Phyllis.
Is that better? It's frozen. I don't know. Did we break it? Did we break the system?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I know. Yeah, I can hear you. It's just the screen. I think I broke it. I think I'm
Hey,
You didn't break.
I broke my. I'm getting that going in. I'm getting ready to get fussed at. I'm getting fussed. I'm gonna get fussed at.
Oh,
I'm gonna get fussed at
Don't
because
hurt them. Don't hurt her. Don't hurt her,
Mike's gonna
Mike.
be like, "You adding people after we got everything set up." I just like the flexibility.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna put a couple of y'all in the uh-oh, I hear the
Back
footsteps coming.
room.
Hold on. Hold on
Come
one
on.
second. I'm gonna put y'all. I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
Don't be afraid.
Okay, hold on one sec. What do you need me to do? Oh, hold on one
See, that's
second.
how short people are. Short people, they want to do what they want to do. You know what
It's
I
frozen.
mean?
Yep.
And
Yep.
she had all like she talking about, oh, here he come. I hear the footprints. You see how short people do?
Mhm.
Yep. Yep. Sure do. Always touching something. He told her not to touch nothing. Uh-oh, wait a minute. I'll be back. My battery going dead. Hold on, hold on.
Listen, you just as short as she is.
Yep. Sure do.
What's she doing?
Here
Always.
we go. Hold on. I'm trying to do. Y'all notice it didn't mess up till Posh got on.
Right, right, right.
Listen, you just as short as she is.
What's she doing?
Here we go. Hold on. I'm trying to do. Y'all notice it didn't mess up till Posh got on.
Right, right, right. She's like she's frozen too.
Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Can y'all hear though?
Yes.
Here we go. Okay. Well, let's keep the party start going. So Posh, keep talking. We can hear you.
But we get feedback from your background. That's something else. So, like it's two
Hold
computers
on.
on.
Hold on. Can y'all hear though?
Yes.
Oh man. Okay. Let's keep the party start going. A whole lot.
Mute
Mike's mad
yourself.
with me.
You
Mike's
need to
mad
mute
with me.
Yeah,
Oh,
mute
is it?
yourself.
This is low. Is that's it? The
It's
battery.
not-
Hold on. We figured it out. I figured it out, y'all. I figured it out. I figured it out. Look at God.
Mike said he got a headache.
Y'all be patient. Y'all be
Uh-oh.
patient with it. Piece of pie.
Oh, okay. I think we got it now, y'all. I think no, that's not it. Hold on.
Alicia, can you
Huh?
mute yourself? Can you mute
Got a
yourself?
headache.
Oh, okay, hold on.
We'll host it for you.
I got it. We got it. We got it.
I apologize. Hold on.
It's the same way when we're all together.
We just need to mute. If I could mute it, it would be so great. It would be so great.
I hear you. Hold on.
Oh,
It's the same way when we're all together.
Oh gosh. This is gonna be fun now.
if I could mute it, it would be so great. It would be so great.
Oh goodness. Okay, look, of course, y'all know me.
Together.
We gonna we'll just redo this later. This will be fun.
It would be so great. Cynthia, Cynthia, I'm good. Uh-oh.
Okay, look, of course, y'all know me. We gonna we'll just redo this later. This will be fun. Okay, look, of course, y'all know me. We gonna
See y'all in the chat. Y'all keeping me
Mike's
laughing. I
gonna have
shouldn't
to
be
edit this.
laughing. I'm supposed to be serious.
Somebody
We're
said
all
we
gonna have to do some forgiveness work.
Yeah, that's what
Oops,
somebody.
sorry.
I'm supposed to be
Oh,
serious.
it's gonna kick in tonight. Right now. Ooh, let's come together, y'all. Let's come together. Let's come together in the name of Alicia Johnson. Amen. 'Cause she gonna need
okay, hold on.
Somebody got more forgiveness work to do.
I know something. But tell you what, let's just we can actually you want to just come back for part two? Let's clear this up and come back.
Somebody got more.
Okay, y'all will be back. Just log off, just
Okay.
exit, and we'll be back. Okay.
Okay, great. Okay,
We can actually
we'll do that.
part two. Let's clear this up and come back. Okay, y'all will be back. Just log off, just
Okay.
exit, and we'll be back. Okay.
Okay, great. Okay.
We can actually Okay, Christine's still there. Still there. Oh, it's still going. Oh, because we didn't end the stream.
Ask Christine if she can hear you.
Christine, can you hear me? Yeah.
Okay.
Posh, can you hear me? Everybody's here. Y'all can hear me?
Can you,
Just put your thumb up. Can you hear me? Just thumbs up if you can hear me. Yay. Okay. Yep.
see, I think it's too much going on.
Okay.
Let's,
We need a more robust system. That's because I'm muted. Okay. Can y'all hear me now? I will stay on here all night so I don't have to hear Mr. Johnson. So that's the longer I'm on here, the less y'all got to stay on here with me until he fall asleep. I'm in trouble. Oh my gosh. Lord Jesus. Okay, we're gonna do this again. Okay, so okay, we might say just do one person at a time. Okay. All right, Posh. Hey, hey, girl.
Oh
Hey.
my God. I am going into prayer right now. So 24-hour prayer starts now at 8:54 p.m.
Y'all
Eastern
just
Standard.
y'all just hang out backstage. I'll pull people up one at a time.
Gotcha. Like, oh, Mike, we love you, Mike. I don't know what I was saying, but what hell? Hey, girl, how you? You on YouTube?
Hey. For
Yeah,
now, till they kick me off, until Mike say I
listen,
can't be on
y'all
it.
got no
And you
problem.
can't even edit these videos. So I don't know how we gonna cut all that craziness out.
Oh, y'all got to do day 6. All what is it? No, 15 reflection all
Yeah,
over
we gonna
again.
have to put all this out here over
Yeah.
again. I don't know. Yeah, I don't
No,
know.
forgiveness has been great for me. I mean, it's changed my life. What changes have you seen? I want to know
In
that.
you or in
Yeah,
in you in you?
I'm only concerned about me right now.
Oh,
Okay. I said I'm gonna pray for you. Now it's my turn. What?
okay. Thank you. No, I mean, honestly, you're so much fun to be around. Like you were fun before, but it's just like you're more laid back now,
Mhm.
and you are more flexible as it relates to going with the flow. I mean, can I share our little story? Like from
Lord have mercy.
no,
That
I mean,
story.
because it's a good
Oh yeah,
example
share the
of
story.
forgiveness.
Share
So
the story.
I mean, like
I don't
Passion
really
that
remember most
we're
of
like
it.
thick as thieves. We're like thick as thieves right now.
Yeah,
But
it
we
threw me
almost
off.
we huh?
It threw me off. I didn't even know. I don't really even remember it that much.
Oh, I
That's
do because I was almost about to lose another friend. I was like, "Dang, gone."
Girl,
I
if
thought
you have lost me,
anyway. So
you. So it's good that God don't let you know what you lost because you would have.
exactly. here we here
Yeah,
we go,
go ahead, go
Jesus.
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Here we go. But no, that forgiveness work or lack thereof, almost like we were almost not friends
Yeah.
because um I was stubborn in that I ain't explaining nothing to nobody. That's like, this is what I do. This is who I am. And then Posh was, in her feelings, and she was like, "Oh, you're not gonna respond to me." Da, 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 da. Oh, we got the whole the text message exchange. We got all of that. It was real. It was real. It was real. But
I was in China too.
she was in China. That's how. I mean, it was an international thing. It was like it was international.
Yeah. But if I
But
recall, go ahead.
no, 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 no. I'm just making, it a brief story, but that's how I've lost a lot of friendships because I'm like, I ain't taking time to explain whatever it is, what it is. But forgiveness is a big tool. It's a tool that you need to use all the time because it helps you to put yourself in check, to put your attitude in check, and to forgive yourself for how you've reacted in the past and to give yourself grace to make the changes.
Yeah.
So that's what, yeah.
Yeah. So that, and also receiving forgiveness for your actions, because that um, situation or experience taught me the love of friendship, like at a deeper level, right? Because we're human, and we make mistakes, things happen, we get in our feelings, but God, like really, but God, right?
Mhm.
And I feel like we have a God connected friendship, and that's deeper than any friendship I ever had, because it challenges me to be better. It helps me to grow and to heal. Like so many things, it's a privilege and an honor to have these type of relationships, and with Mike as well, right? That's another thing. It's not just like it's you and I, it's all of us. It's a family, it's love. And it took me starting with myself and starting with my family and my mother and giving her grace and like just opening up. And now, once you start to feel that, you don't want to go back to what you, especially when you become more aware, you don't want to go back to that. This has changed my life because I have the tools, but you must do the work. And so I ask you because you're not only my friend, you're a good gauge to say, hey, what have you seen? Because I've
Mhm.
seen some things in you.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. Johnson has really, like, how you had those stories, scared straight. I'm
Yeah.
scared straight. Yeah, Mr. Johnson has done a mighty work.
See, that's what it was. Well, whatever has worked. Thank you, Mike. I love you so much.
Oh my goodness, thank you, Posh. So I'm gonna bring people, huh?
I told him that lastly, she does need a manager, Mike. We're glad that you're in the position. Thank you.
Okay, now, okay, I'm gonna exit stage left. Thank you so much,
Oh, Mike.
Posh. So I think I messed up before because I was trying to have everybody on here, and I don't think that the system can handle that. So I'm going to, I don't even know how to. Okay, so I'm gonna take Posh off, and then I'm gonna bring Frida on. Thank you, Posh. Thank you so much. And I'm not gonna, we ain't gonna be on here all night because we got some stuff to do tomorrow early in the morning. Thank you, Posh, so much. Frida. Hey. Now Frida has done this work. Now, okay, so I did everybody's introduction. So Frida, you're not gonna escape. I gotta do Frida's introduction and then she'll do her own. But Frida is one of a kind. Literally, when God made her, God broke that mold. I have yet to meet anyone as genuine, as loving, as encouraging, as authentic as Frida. What you see, I mean, I'm just, so I tell the story about all of the relationships and friends that I lost before this work. All I needed probably was like one Frida in my life to make up for all of that. So Frida has a heart of gold, and that's for everybody. Like Frida makes, cause see, I'm like Frida. I think Frida is like my jewel. Like, oh my gosh! But then when I talk to other people, other people had the same thing. You know how your big mama make all of the grandkids feel special. I didn't realize that I was not that all of us were Big Mama's favorite when she passed. I was like, y'all gonna get through it okay, but I was Big Mama's favorite because she, we did this together. And then my sister's like, well, I was her favorite because we did this together. And then my brother's like, I was her favorite because we did this. That's how Frida makes you feel. Frida makes you feel like you're the only person in the world. So Frida, thank you so much for being here. That was my introduction of you. Now you can tell people what you want to tell them.
I do like encourage people, make people feel special.
Oh, you're real low. I don't know
somebody-
if it's
Me?
you're
I'm
real low. Yeah, I don't.
tablet.
Is it me or is she low?
Tablet.
Maybe
I
is
don't
your
know how to turn
volume
it up.
low on your tablet? Can you turn it up? I don't know.
I turn it if I turn it up.
Um,
I'm still up.
yes,
So,
still low. We can hear
same
you.
problem like Leslie.
It's just real
Let me see.
low. Okay. Don't worry about it. Okay, so that we won't miss what you have to say. It is breaking up a little bit. So tell us people comment like Mike said you should be on Wi-Fi. Low with static. Okay, we'll figure it. Okay, so this is a low pressure zone because we just figuring all of this out. So by the time we like 30 episodes into this, we're gonna have all this. So Frida, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
Leslie told me
There-
to talk loud. I came over to thank to Leslie for that. That's a no, but I thank God for years, and yes, forgiveness. This has really changed my life. I think my life when that time I came over, I always say that when you talked about wine, because judgmental one in the church, oh, you can't do this, you can't do. That's how the church made me feel. When I came on here, and you're the authentic self, and so transparent, and had that glass of wine rather, that changed my life. Then I had to forgive myself. They do. You know what I'm saying? So that was one of the biggest strengths. I hope nobody in my job ever see this, but my co-workers, when they was monitoring, causing all this problems on the job, and I thought I forgave them until it was time for me to go back to and like smack some people, and really.
Don't mention no names, Rita. We are on YouTube. Don't be calling out no names, and we do
No,
not want to know where you
I'm
work.
not.
We do not know where you work, and we do not. So we're gonna change up this conversation because I am not.
No, I'm just
We'll talk about
saying,
that
but-
on Zoom.
all right, we told you like Posh one of them said, you think you have people, but then you realize you haven't, because then now you hear me looking at things physically, so that really changed my life completely. This whole I'm so honored and blessed, really, to be in your presence, and because I'm not the same person. You can tell that by me getting on the screen. I was shy, sitting behind the scenes, but when Lord started working on you and doing things and coming out, coming forth. So I don't want to show my face tonight. So yeah, I'm coming a long way. I you and Mike and everybody in the community, because yes, it has me growing up.
I love
Put my
it.
big
I
clothes
love
on
it.
and growing up. I appreciate it. So I had to get on this. So let's
Yes, I love it. And Frida has grown a lot. Frida is working from her you working from your Mac, or you work from your iPad, or your
I tried to go on the Mac, but it wouldn't let me respond to no kind of way. So I had to work on that. Probably had
Okay.
to beat me.
Yeah, we're gonna get all of this together, so don't worry about it. But thank you so much. This is huge for Frida. Popping on here and do it. So I'm so
It
proud
sure
of you. I am the growth is absolutely amazing. So thank you so much. And I'm gonna I'm gonna take you off so that we can wrap up with Christine and Leslie. But thank you so much for popping
Thank you.
in. And girl, you get ready to be our like technical person here. You learning, you learning, you learning. I love
Yeah,
it.
I'm
Thank
learning.
you. Love you, Frida. Love you. And I'm
Love you
still
too.
I'm still her favorite. I'm her favorite. Okay. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how she make y'all feel. She just, she wants everybody to feel good, but I'm really her favorite. Love you, Frida.
Love you too.
All right. So Christine and Leslie. All right. So I think we can do this together. Okay, here we go. We were all okay. So this is good. So I don't want to keep everybody on here too long, but I just wanted to take time to really get a good perspective from other people as well so that people understand that we come from all walks of life, all ages, races, nationality. It doesn't matter. Forgiveness work is real. It applies to everyone. And so I'm grateful that you ladies were they were the first one. Y'all were bold enough to say, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll be up there with you. And that speaks volumes to the work that you have done, because a lot of people are in the middle of their forgiveness work or just at the beginning of their forgiveness work, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. And for you two to show up and to be a beacon of light, to know that one day, no matter what you think that you are going through, this too shall pass. It will be okay. So, Christine, if you have any like real words of wisdom for people that are going through forgiveness, to help them to understand that, yeah, it can be a little sticky, but it's worth it.
Definitely. Thank you, Alicia. Thanks for having me on. There's something that the Lord really showed me this time going through forgiveness work. I think maybe not 20 times as Alicia has, but I think probably 12 or more, somewhere around there, times I've gone through this. And this time I got a little more specific. So I had been doing forgiving myself as my focus through the past couple challenges, and sort of not really making much of progress. And this time I got very specific, and I asked the Lord to help me to forgive my body.
Oh,
So
wow.
very specific, something about myself
Wow.
that I wanted to work on. And it's been amazing how the first 14, 15 days have gone. And even like the day we forgave our parents, I forgave my parents for making me eat everything on my plate.
Oh, that is
It's like
really
when
good.
I was growing up, that was what they were, as parents, that's what they thought they needed to do. And so I've gained a lot of understanding. So as you continue to do the work, I encourage you to be as focused and specific as you can. If you're it's like peeling back an onion, as Alicia says. And as you get closer and closer to that middle, then focus on some specific things and just watch God continue to work.
I love that's good. So let me know how reach out after we're done with this 30. I want to know more about that. That's really good. So just that's real good. Thank you, Christine. Thank you for
You're
sharing
welcome.
that. Leslie, what words of wisdom would you give those listeners that are coming if Mike don't take this down? If it lasts. I don't know. I don't know. If hypothetically somebody crosses this and it's still up. Because Mike's we ain't gonna keep that up. But what do you want people to know about forgiveness? What is it that you want people to know that it's gonna be okay?
And it's already been said, but that line, and that it is vitally important. And once every challenge, as Christine says, it gets better. That one of the things that happens with every challenge is that there's a shift in every challenge for forgiveness. So every time we have forgiveness, so he keeps pulling us. As he pulls you up, he's pulling us up. if this is your first time, and most of the people that's on here, it's not, but if it's this is your first, I promise you, every time he'll reveal something else and he'll make it more clearer. You might not understand something the first time Alicia said through the forgiveness challenge again. You'll understand it, but it'll be different. You'll be able to. So it's like grabbing hold to it. But every time you do the challenge, you embrace. That's what it is. Something every time, and it causes you to mature. So we want to walk. We want to mature, even for the freedom in our own life. So don't get up. And if you get discouraged, talk to yourself and tell yourself, I'm giving up. And you will see dramatic changes every time. Hold on. And if you can listen to Alicia, and every time she talks about it, it's going to her stories get better and better. They might be the same, something new to it, and it gets better. So I want to encourage you to discourage you and make you think that is no hope to keep going. I'm here to tell you, keep going, because the more you stay in it, the more mature you become.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
I was trying to be grown up like Christine.
I know, me too. I feel like I need to act. I'm like, oh, Christine was just okay. Christine just raised the bar all the way up. I love it. I love it. But I thank you, ladies, for the insight. I thank you for sharing, and I thank you for spending your time with me this evening. And so we will maybe towards the end of the challenge, we'll come back again and to see how we've all kind of wrapped it up. And because I'm curious now about that forgiving your body thing. That's real. That's real good. So I want to hear more about that and how that is turning out. But y'all, thank you so much. It's Friday, so we do not have sessions Saturday and Sunday here. No, tomorrow morning. Yes, don't do it, Leslie. I'll see some of y'all in the morning, but the evening session of forgiveness we don't have. But we will see you again on Monday, and we will be moving into day 16. So for those of you who are catching the replay, I apologize in advance for the little glitch, but hey, we all human. Life happens. Forgive me, okay? Forgive me and keep moving. This is a lesson in forgiveness, okay? So good.
You hear that, Mike? You hear that, Mike?
Yeah, Mike is. Y'all pray for me, because as soon as I end this, y'all pray for me. It's gonna be interesting.
Forgiveness, Mike. Forgiveness.
Thank you. And look, I got two of the most powerful prayer warriors here. God knew. Won't God do it? God. I'm gonna need y'all to go into deep intercession for me, okay? But I love you, ladies. Thank you so much. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you, everybody out
Alicia.
in the audience.
Thank you,
for hanging in there and not, logging off and dealing with all of our shenanigans. But we got through it. We definitely got through it. So love you, ladies, and let's do this again in 15 more days. So I'll see y'all at the end of the challenge. Okay, have a good one.
Love you. Good night.
Good night.